jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
WCS on deck once again. Thanks for tuning in. You listen to World Combat Sports. Salute everyone. Here we are, in the middle of the week, hump day. Of course, I always say, man, it's one day closer to the weekend, which is good. We had one of the biggest fights. We have one of the biggest fights that have been signed, sealed, and delivered. We have the lightweight undisputed going down in Melbourne, Australia, between Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. All right, I must talk about this. We need to go over some sound bites, and I'm gonna try to basically refrain from $6.15 words and just keep it basic as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Without going on a diatribe and, just really get in the wickets. But I'm lying. We have to talk about what I said initially. You know what I'm saying? When I put up the thumbnail and I said Kambosos was a clown. This dude has did everything that I thought he would do right off the rip. I know I was the first one to put that shit out there. I know I was the first one to call him Kambosos because people didn't like it. They sit up here and dropped everything in the emails, and people was just crying and whining and stuff. So I'm like, it proved to be true because Kambosos has showed us that he's a man of many falsicities. He has this facade. He's been jumping in and out of character. And he's acting like he's representing Australia. So you say to yourself, looking at this last presser, right? Looking at the last presser, as my title say, Haney versus Kambosos, who traded jabs the best? Snitching, who's to blame? All right. So, boxing is about trash talking and everything else that goes along with it. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to know how to come back. You definitely have to have a natural reflex to retort someone's, verbal sparring, the jabs that they taking at you. You got to be able to come back with the counters, the verbal counters. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into what we've seen in this press conference. I want to say this about Devin Haney, right? Communication is everything in life, even from someone's facial expressions, their mannerisms, their eye movement. You know what I'm saying? The kinesis part of everything, when people looking up in the ceiling, looking down, looking to the side, just the way they handle certain people, attempting to be extremely denigrating, derogatory, and saying deleterious type shit to get up underneath your skin. I want to say this to Devin Haney, man. You turn the corner. In my opinion, with this press conference, right? You turn the corner in your life, to me, the way you handle this press conference. Because not too many times we don't see you without your father. But this right here, I have to send a check mark out to Devin being as young as he is in someone else's backyard. I know he has his group of soldiers with him, but I have to really give him an A+ on how he handled himself in this press conference. I have to. The reason why I say what I say is because he himself kept his composure the entire time, man. Number one. Number two, he pretty much understood the rehearsal that Kambosos has been out here telling the people. What was that rehearsal? That Devin's a foreman. He's a rat. He's a snitch and everything else, this, that, and the other. Devin was coming back like, you really don't know what a rat is. And in this circumstances, I agree with, Devin saying Kambosos don't know what a rat is. Kambosos might think a rat is a motherfucking kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? Because he seems like a kind of person that goes out there, and fuck around with the kangaroos all the time. He seems like he's been kicked in the head. He had to talk his way out of getting his ass whooped by a kangaroo, 5, 6, 7, or maybe 9 times. I don't know. He seems like this guy who loves to be in character. And all of a sudden somebody said, well, call him a rat. Let's gossip. Let's talk about some other shit that has nothing. I'm talking about the disconnect is so far away from one another. Let's bring up something that he did that has nothing to do with this fight right here. Let's bring up some gossip. Let's chit chat about what he told me in conversation about Teofimo Lopez. So when this initially came out, I'm saying to myself, okay, I want to hear this shit. All right. He's sitting up there talking about, Teofimo was at the hookah. That shit was all over social media. At the hookah lounge, he was drinking. Man, it's some people that seen Tio in public doing what Tio was doing. I'm not going to go in detail, no great detail, but they were saying he was looking funny. All right. That was already out in the public. Number two, another thing was out in the public. You talking to a guy who covered him and his girl. I had the receipts. I'm one of the only media on here that covered him and his girl while they was in NYC. I covered them. I'm one of the only person that you ever see that has pictures in the locker room that's not really a part of the physical team, but you know how it goes when it is reconnaissance. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity, thanks to Lee, to cover Team Teofimo Lopez. And some things were said. And that's as much as I'm gonna go through it. This stuff about the fiance at the time, this, that, and the other, that's been ongoing. That's been long standing for a while. For whatever reason. I'm not going in depth about anything. One thing I'm not gonna do is bring somebody else's personal shit out here to social media, especially to individuals who will sit up here and use it. And then, want to act like that's information they found on their own. You feel me? But anyway, that shit was public information. So I'm really trying to determine, right? Where did Devin snitch? And then Bill Haney said that shit correctly on TBV. Bill said it wasn't like Devin was friends with T.O. So if they didn't have that kinship, then why in the hell are you sitting up here acting like he snitched on a countryman? You know the U.S. is a melting pot of many. So when you're talking about loyalty, it's hard to say, you have loyalty and honesty and, respect amongst everybody. This population is huge over here in the U.S. So for him to attempt to take that line, of attack and say that you did your countrymen like that, I said to myself, well, that's definitely not snitching. He definitely don't know what a rat is when it comes to being over here in the U.S. He's trying to get personal, more so not anything that presents repercussions for Devin Haney, but more so just to aggravate him, hopefully to just stress him a little bit more than he need to be, in his backyard, to pretty much put him in an uncomfortable situation, to make him look like, he's look like a different person than he truly is. He just want to try to. This is what I felt that Kambosos was trying to do. He was trying to get. Well, he was trying to present the notion that U.S. fight fans will quickly run to the media and turn on their own people just by him saying what he said about Teofimo. So he was expecting the Latino boxing fans to turn on Devin Haney, because I'm gonna tell you, I believe Kambosos truly believe that his complexion, the Latino fans will support him more than they do Devin Haney. So, being that if he talks about a conversation that Devin Haney had with Teofimo Lopez, and it's one of those conversations where he might have been talking shit, but when Bill said what he said, that's factual shit. Like, man, I ain't worried about that, man. They wasn't friends. You know how many times we listen on YouTube when Bill and Lopez Sr. was going back and forth, 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 and the fight never happened? How 1 minute they shaking on making the fight happen, and then turn around, T.O. saying some other stuff. He didn't make the fight happen. He fought Kambosos. It turned out to be the worst disaster. 3 delays of a fight. Promotion lost mad money, Triller. And then they defaulted. The Zone picked it up. And we all know what happened on that night. But in no way, shape, or form, I see the conversation that was had with Devin Haney and Kambosos, who Devin Haney is on record as saying, what? Yeah, I wanted. Kambosos said he was gonna fight me, and I wanted to fight him. So therefore, he didn't retreat from the fact that he might have talked some shit. I mean, that happens all the time. And that facet right there, it was such public record on what Kambosos is holding on to. It wasn't no snitching involved in that. I mean, come on, man. That's extremely petty, dog. That's a misuse of being objective. That stupidity cannot be transparent. That stupidity cannot be transparent from Kambosos. You're trying to take a general conversation in a combat sport or competition, right? And you're trying to pretend like he told you some shit that nobody's never heard before. Everybody that tunes into YouTube knew that shit was going on. They knew when he separated from his girl, that hit the media, and they knew everything else that was going on. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a secret. But to use that as your headliner, to pump up the presser, just tells me how less you think of U.S. boxing fans. You think of us as some of these people, and though there are some that are easily persuaded of rumors, lies, and individuals being disingenuous. I mean, come on, man. We go through this all the time. The mere fact that he spoke with inferiority, he talked down to Haney, and basically identifying him as a boy. And what as I do, especially when it comes to blacks, we just don't like that word being presented to us. Now, it is some general terms that's used, in a conversation when you with your boys or what up. They say, what up, my boy, and this, that, and the other, every now and then. But when you're talking about on stage in front of millions and someone address you as boy, not just Kambosos, but first of all, the orator addressed him as boy with his father in the presence. That was a subliminal way to once again devalue Bill Haney's presence, as if it didn't matter. I don't respect you, nor do I respect your son that's over the age of 18. I'm going to address your son in front of you and call him a boy. You're not going to do anything about it because you need us over here. That's pretty much what I seen. Bill took it. They maintained, their professionalism and proceeded on with the press conference. And then, when Kambosos came out and said, boy, Devin Haney addressed it. He didn't drop no N-bombs on that motherfucker, He just kept, he say, first of all, I ain't no boy. I'm a man. He pretty much explained to someone who already knew that. But this is where ego comes into play with Kambosos. This man is so high strung on that fake ass ego he has. He really hasn't been in this position before. I try to tell y'all that. He's never been in this position before. So in order for him to get as much as his fan base, I think he has probably like 30, 33, boxing fans in Australia. So he get those 33 boxing fans. And the only way that he's able to do that is come out with something that's controversial. He has to come out with something controversial. So how do you do that for a fighter that's in the U.S. by the name of Devin Haney, a black fighter? You say things are borderline prejudice and some people take as being racist. It's point blank. I'm no way, shape, or form throwing a card out there. It's already on there. I don't have to throw it out. It's already out there. Him acknowledging the presence of a grown man in front of his father to devalue the position that he holds in the family and say, you know what? There's no respect for me with your family here in the first place. I'm going to still address your son as a boy. I'm still going to address him as a boy. That is because they wanted to get that impulsive reaction from the black man that was sitting over there. They wanted, Bill Haney to go off and light shit up. They wanted Devin Haney to defend himself and get all out of character, because they feel it's easy for people to do that to black people in certain situations. We turn up that energy. You know what I'm saying? We turn up that energy. What did you say? Oh, you still calling me boy? Okay, so the orator, he called me boy, and then you turn around and call me boy. So y'all trying to make me look crazy out here. You're trying to take this to something that doesn't have to do with boxing, shouty. That's exactly what they was doing. Let me get to the damn super chat right quick. I mean, not super chat. Let me get to the live chat. Appreciate everyone for pulling up. King Mitch on deck with it. Comeback, what up? IB on deck. WCS, what up, player? What's good with it? Dev let Cam know. The Cam let the world know who really I don't know what that is. I can't even see like that. F Kambosos. He on some dog whistling shit. Sorry, bitch, don't have to do all this sucker shit to sell the fight. All this just lose by hella jabs. Yeah, man, jab the shit out of Kambosos. Man, make that fight boring as hell, man. And have that motherfucker like Roberto Duran, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Have it like Roberto Duran and make him quit. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be the second fight around now. You know what I'm saying? You have to take the Roberto Duran and quit and apply it to your first fight, Devin. Alexander on deck, what's good? Well, WCS, I was in the mood for some boxing talk. Great timing. Salute, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you dropping in. Andrew Charles, WCS, salute. Salute to you, Andrew. Countryman, not really, though. Tio, a Honduran kid from the East Coast. Haney, a black kid from the West Coast. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. You learn how to speak English. You reside in a certain location in the U.S. footprint. They say you got residence. You know what I'm saying? They give you the residence. That's how we do over here. Velocity on deck with it. Sucks there has to pull out of the fight the day before PR parade, Puerto Rican parade. Hey man, it happens, man. Every deployment is not going to go down as a success. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas. I did look at his video once, maybe about 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? and I wish him nothing but the best. It was a non-COVID related virus. But let's listen to some audio right quick because I want to kind of itemize some shit on Kambosos because everybody know who put that shit out first. Everybody knows, man. I was spot on. I was spot on when I put this dang thumbnail out. I was spot on, man. When I put this out, the first time I put this out, it had different, wording. Okay. This is episode 4. But when I put this out, it was spot on. I knew he was a clown. I knew he didn't want to fight Devin. But let's go into some of these details. I'm not gonna, have a sound bites. It's a little bit clipped. You know what I'm saying? Spliced. So let's check this out. Hold on for a second.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy he's here, and I can't wait to handle business on Sunday.
Let's flesh that out. Why is this man a rat?
Look, he ratted on his own countrymen. I know he was trying to show the weakness of Teofimo Lopez.
If I'm a rat, weren't you sparring Pacquiao for Jeff Horn?
No, that's different.
That's different.
So, immediate Devin comes back with the fire, right? He said, if I'm a rat, wasn't you sparring Pacquiao for Jeff Horn? Yeah, many of us would say right off the back. That's much worse than what Kambosos is trying to sell to the U.S. people. Sometimes you have to look at how certain other countries think we're so easily persuaded by misleading information like Kambosos is trying to present on Devin Haney. This is exactly what's going on. But yet, the video has surfaced with Jeff Horn explaining how Kambosos was sparring with Manny Pacquiao to help him out, and Jeff Horn is an Australian too. So Devin Haney quickly put that on the front street, quickly presented it.
But you went against your own country,
You would personally message me on Twitter. Say, hey, look where he is. No.
You want to get your own country.
Jeff Horn knew exactly what I was doing. I was sparring Manny Pacquiao.
You want to get your own countrymen. You said I want to get my own countrymen.
What's happened?
You said I want to get my own countrymen. You want to get your own countrymen.
You watch. When Lopez finds out now what's happened, he's going to be on your ass in Vegas. I tell you, he's going to be looking for you.
I'm so
He's
scared.
going to be looking for you. Oh, yeah, you watch.
I'm scared.
Don't worry, you got to handle with me on Sunday.
I'm shaking.
That's a wrap. That's an informant. That's a snitch. That is the lowest of the low. I'd never go to my countrymen. Go behind their back.
You don't know what a rat is.
Go behind their back.
You don't know what a rat is.
So I can tell you right now, right? As much as I review combat sports, especially mixed martial arts, George Kambosos is out here attempting to emulate Conor McGregor. All right. If you really pay attention to what happened in the Ultimate Fighter house, when Conor McGregor was trying to warn Uriah Faber that TJ Dillashaw was a snake in the grass, he's emulating the same rhythm and flow that Conor McGregor was putting out on camera in the Ultimate Fighter house, that TJ Dillashaw was a snake in the grass. And come to find out, he was absolutely right. But in this particular setting, I'm just telling you that this man is trying to emulate Conor McGregor on the presser with Floyd Mayweather. That's what he's trying to do. Now, we all know the fight isn't as big, and we have actual 2 boxers, in this scenario. But if you listen to the way he's trying to ebb and flow, and the way he's remediated this over and over and over and over again, Devin was right. He did rehearse these lines. He keeps saying the same shit over and over again. He did rehearse them. But the one thing about Conor McGregor, that's who he is. He can trash talk like that. That's not who Kambosos is. You know what I'm saying? Kambosos is used to going over damn tricks and shit, jumping through hoops, setting rings on fire, trying to jump through the ring without, his hair catching on fire, being able to run behind a goddamn a domesticated bear with big ass shoes on. You know what I'm saying? He's used to doing little small local domestic tricks like that in the outback, throwing rocks at kangaroos and trying to run away. That's who he is. That's who Kambosos is. He's a faker. He's a pretender. He's trying to be like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, his whole bravado, that's who George Kambosos is trying to emulate right now.
Behind the back and say, hey, his wife, they're having problems. Oh, he's at the hookah lounge. Look at this. Come on, man. Of course, I'm going to accept that. When I'm fighting him, I'm doing battle with him. 100%. The art of war, deception. But I already had it planted. It was already there.
You want to get your own countryman in Jeff Horn.
No worries.
And that's why he's mad at you. He's mad at you about it.
You're going to be here watching. He's going to be
mad.
ringside. He's going to be ringside when I kick your ass.
He's mad at you when you spar Pacquiao.
Cheering me on.
Devin.
Cheering me on.
Devin, George has made the claim that you were sending him information ahead of his fight against Teofimo Lopez.
Let's stop that shit right here. Why are you using this as material? Why would you even redirect this press and actually talk about what Devin Haney did if he actually was behind the scenes trying to give Kambosos, information about Teofimo Lopez? Because we can't contradict ourselves. We can't sit up here and say we boxing fans and say at the end of the day, the fighters have to step in the ring and make this shit happen. We can't act like we never said that in life. So therefore, why is this the leading topic to ask somebody, well, Devin, were you in fact sending George Kambosos information about Teo? Who cares? Teo has lost the belts. He's at 140. I just think it was one of those dilapidated moments where the mediator could have done better with just changing the subject and keep it moving. Because none of these guys are being on punishment. They're not going to get placed on punishment for this shit. They're not going to get placed on punishment. They're not going to receive probation. They're not going to have a deduction from their purse. They're not going to be put on suspension. So why even talk to grown-ass man about gossip-ass type conversation?
Claim the 3 belts in Madison Square Garden. Is that correct?
Yeah, he said that he would fight me. That if he won the fight, he would fight me. So of course, I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win. We had multiple conversations of us talking back and forth. I wished him good luck and everything. And he said that he would fight me when he won. And I said, well, good luck to you, and I'll see you after. And here we are. That is 100% facts.
White Top put it out. White Top put out the real facts. He made the first communication straight away about Lopez at the hookah lounge. He's drinking. He's partying. Look at this. Check my IG story.
Do y'all understand where I'm going with this? Like, I cannot fathom why this clown continues to talk about something as if Devin Haney's going to get dealt with. Are you serious? Like, why is this even the headliner of this presser? This guy's up here. Just wait, I put it out. Just wait, I put it out. Who gives a fuck whether you put it out or not? One thing about the U.S., we done seen worse. We see it every day. We see it every freaking day. I don't know what bubble you've been living in, but you're sitting up here using a derogatory remark talking about he's an informant and snitch, but yet you're talking about presenting information about a private conversation you had between you and another grown-ass man, bro. You are the absolute snitch in this scenario. In this equation, you have absolutely proven your case in opening arguments. That is not Devin who's the snitch, but it's indeed you. You are the perpetrator in this insinuation of yours, making these false accusations that Devin Haney is providing you this information and that information, when indeed you're the one snitching. You can't even see how bad you look when you tell them, just wait. I'm going to put out the text. What is it going to do? I mean, who gives a fuck about the text? Man, we live in a society right now where we are basically viewing reality TV. Everything is pretty much Sometimes how it plays out, it deals with drama, suspense. It deals with intrigue, whether it's based off truth or lies. That's the goddamn shit we live for.
It's a rat.
You were celebrating.
He doesn't know what a rat is. He doesn't know.
I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at him right now. I can see it. I can smell it.
Okay.
You were celebrating pretty hard when he beat Teofimo Lopez. You were celebrating pretty hard.
Yeah, because actually, genuinely, I was happy for him because, we were talking back and forth, and I did want him to win the fight. I like what he stood for. I like that he was training hard, he was focused, and I did want him to win the fight. That is 100% facts. So, yeah, I was celebrating, and he's...
Man, kudos. Look. I don't know Devin like that, but kudos to him. Kudos to Bill, his team. Kudos to him to sustaining his presence. You know what I'm saying? His maturity in that. And basically acknowledging, yeah, I told him this. I told him that. Yeah, I wanted to fight him. I was rooting for him. I was genuinely rooting for him to win. And what's next? I wanted him to win because he said he was going to face me. So if he was going to face me, of course I'm going to cheer for him to win. Yeah, the video is out there that Devin Haney was freaking cheering that Teofimo lost. But like I said, Bill mentioned that they wasn't friends, man. They wasn't friends. So what does it matter?
Said that he would fight me after, and I had no doubt in my heart that he wouldn't fight me after. So yeah.
And here we are.
You
Did you not have a $10 million fight lined up with Teofimo Lopez?
After that, he was going to go up to 140.
No,
we can fight at 140.
He was going to stay for that fight. He was going to stay for that fight.
He was going to vacate the belts and we were going to go up to 140 and all this and all that. But he said he was going to fight me, and I truly believed him when he said it. And here we are.
Man, come on, man. Salute to you, Devin, for sustaining your composure, bro. Not dropping obscenities, not allowing anyone to see your facial expressions change, nor to hear it come out your mouth, or hear the change of tone in your voice, from monotone to absolute agitation. You didn't allow that to happen. You sit up there, you maintain, your respect, your pride, and you spoke to the audience, you in somebody else's backyard, and he didn't get that brotherhood out of you. See, he was trying to pull the brotherhood out of you, Devin. He was trying to goddamn take you back, to if you was just chilling at home and having a conversation amongst the brothers. He wanted you to lose your cool and start getting all irate so people can talk about it. Because the title in that interview was Haney and Kambosos, explosive. It wasn't explosive. That exchange wasn't explosive. That was a moderate exchange where I have to commend Devin Haney for sustaining his maturity, sustaining his dignity, man, and not being lured into a freaking verbal confrontation with Kambosos, who's talking about he's smelling the rat. Talking about, I can smell it. See, there's many ways I could have came back with that, but if you come back in a way that you make it personal, all the media is going to do is run with what you just said. They're going to try to devalue what Kambosos said. They're going to try to minimize it. And then they're going to absolutely exacerbate the shit out of what you just said in response. That's if you would have lost your cool. Great work, man. Great work.
And I cannot wait.
You're going to have to walk in here, though, for the first time without your father, who looks like he won't be here for the fight on Sunday. How will you be without him?
Well, we're still working to get him here, so we can't rule that out completely. Hopefully he does, God willing, that he's able to come. But if not, I'm 100% ready to go. I have a great team with me, and got a team of soldiers that's ready to go to war with me. I'm ready.
Because in the corner, when it gets tough in a fight, and you look across, look into your father's eyes, sometimes just that little connection can maybe give you a bit of inspiration. Do you find that in fights? That won't be there this week?
I mean, just, my father being there, just in general, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't dig that deep into it, but, just my father being there, because he is my head coach. But like I said, I got a great team of soldiers, great men who came to war with me, and we're ready to go. It is what it is. we got to keep it pushing. And June 5th, tune in because I'm not coming out without the belts. It is what it is. We got to keep it pushing. And June 5th, tune in because I'm not coming out without the belts. I'm leaving undisputed no matter what. By any means necessary, the world will see, with or without my father.
If you heard that response, man, that's what I'm saying. Devin's turned the corner in learning how to address media, just in life in general, because you rarely see him solo dolo. I know he's been on some interviews, but this right here is different because he's in a foreign country without his father, who's been an intricate role player in his camp and on his team, right, and in training. So for him to say, I'm coming up out of those belts by all means necessary, with or without my father, is pretty much saying, okay, I got some soldiers with me. I've spoke on the phone with Pops. We've came up with the plan. You know what I'm saying? It's no doubt in the plan. We pretty much understand. They know if Bill is not going to be able to come over there or not. If he is, if he ain't, they already know. So they pretty much has probably been in communication. Absolutely. So, it's not like they're shooting from the hip. Bill know he had the paperwork way before the fight was signed. Let's get that clear. He knew the paperwork was out there. Now, if by chance he was told that they will make an exception, and then all of a sudden they not only didn't make an exception, but come to find out Ben Davison couldn't get over there either. So I look at it like, was it something that was already, informed, to they informed Team Haney of that, hey, y'all ain't gonna be able to get over there. Y'all not gonna be able to get over there. That's 2 role players that was extracted from the team. Now, like I told you before, I think it's cowardice, man, to be in a sport where you get paid, as such as boxing, and you have such a big fight. It's the first defense of Kambosos' titles. And what he does, he downsized the team. He plots and downsized the team. He tried anything and everything to remove the prominent players. I think that's some cowardice type stuff. I don't think you're being a man where you say I can win this on a level playing field. Now I'm looking at Kambosos as having some insecurities, some doubts. He don't want Devin to have any extra motivation in the corner. He want him to have self-doubt. He want him to go out here and get in a situation where he ain't never been in a country he ain't never been in, and absolutely be dumbfounded on what to do next. That's what Kambosos is hoping. He wanna pretend like, once again, Devin and his team was incompetent of planning this correctly. They was incompetent. That's why they keep on insinuating, here you look in the corner, you don't see your dad's eyes. And Devin was like, I wouldn't look too deep into it like that now. You ain't talking to a little boy with a passy that's waiting for his next meal of Gerber. You know what I'm saying? We ain't waiting on a ball of Infamil, goddammit. Stop coming up with the storylines like we got them having this fight in a room at the daycare. That ain't it.
I'm gonna be undisputed.
That extra bit when you're in the trenches, it helps you. But I'm a man, so I'm in there fighting, and I've had to do that for the last 5 years. I've had to fight with him not being there. I've had to go into camp. I've had to go all over the world by myself. I had to leave my kids. My 3 beautiful kids, I had to leave them so many times. What it's like to get this, to make this happen. Relentless, ruthless on my journey to get to the top. And that's what I did. So many times I fought for free. I lost money. I've been in hotels that I was worried that by the time I leave for training, I'm going to get robbed by the time I get back. Run down places. I have to leave my wife and my daughter in them places while I go and train and come back and tell them not to go anywhere. But it was all for a reason, for a cause, to get to the top. That's what built me. That's what gave me that adversity.
Oh
that chip
my
on that
God!
shoulder.
Just come on with it. Here you go.
This squad doesn't know about the adversity. This squad doesn't know about that character building moments. I've been there. I've been there.
I think there was another shining moment, man. Andrew say, IB said, Cam, an actor. Andrew said, Haney's composure threw Kambosos off. It's probably went a lot different in his head when Cam was rehearsing for this moment. Man, 1,000%. Did you hear how subtle Devin Haney intervened on the back end of the narrative when he was trying to paint this dramatic scene, y'all? Like this was saving clown Kambosos. Not saving Pride Ronnie. This was saving Kambosos on the Outback. For real. This is what it was. He said, stop it, man. I think that was another moment that he maintained his composure and came back in a way that Andrew was speaking of. He maintained his composure. He didn't give that immediate blistering reaction that they expect from not just fighters, but especially from black fighters. They always try to insinuate that black people in general are overly aggressive in simple situations. Devin maintained his astuteness. You know what I'm saying? He maintained his character. He kept it calm. He never allowed Kambosos to believe he was in control, y'all. Never. So when he came back, when Kambosos was painting this nice, glory-filled deployment, that he had to go through ruthless situations. First of all, you in a ruthless sport, clown. You're in a ruthless sport, first of all. Second, we already know you have to go to training camp. But guess what? Try going over to combat and you can't come home to your peoples like that. You can't call them up all the time. It's not necessarily saying you're going to come home. But don't sit up here and try to say, I went through ruthless. It was ruthless. No, you basically use that out of context. Because if you have to go in the fight camp, you already know what it is. Depending on when they told you about the fight, you might have a long fight camp or a short fight camp. Don't sit up here and try to paint some glorified picture like they should throw a Kambosos parade with all the balloons and shit, pyrotechnics, goddamn, what's that motherfucking party stream? Have all the works just so somebody can sit up here and show you sympathy. Man, get out of here. You in the hurt business, bro. You in the hurt business. This is a ruthless sport you in. You're the same one that was helping Pacquiao to defeat Jeff Horn, who's your countryman. You are the worst, man. You, for real, Kambosos, you are the worst, bro. You are the headlining clown, for real, in boxing.
I know what it's like. When I step inside the ropes on Sunday, he'll feel every bit of it because he hasn't been there. He's a sport brat. He's been given everything. He's been given a belt. And finally now, he's had to feel what it's like. He's had to feel what it's like to get to this side of the country and now do it without his father, do it when he's on enemy territory. So we are ready for war.
And there you have it. There you have it. Look, that's not the end of the audio, but there you have it. He snitched on himself again. He snitched on himself again. The clown snitched on himself again. He is absolutely the dumbest clown. He snitched on himself again. If you're going to present this narrative to the public, at least have your criteria intact. Don't come out here so loosely and think you're talking to a group of kids and they really can't cognitively put the shit together. They can't process it. What he say? What he didn't say? What he say? What he did? No, you snitched on yourself. You say you're going to be without your father in enemy territory. Once again, you're going to be in enemy territory without your father. That was the entire plan. When you found out you was making this fight, I'm pretty sure you got with your people and y'all was laughing behind the scenes and you got with the Australian government allegedly and y'all plotted and schemed and everything to make sure. Nope. Bill's not going to get over here. I bet they're going to love that. What about Ben? Ben's not going to be able to come over here either. Oh, he's done. He's done. He cannot go over here and fight comfortably without two primary role players in his camp. He cannot do that. So all along, Kambosos didn't want a level playing field because he's that coward, man. Kambosos a coward. You're a coward, bro. You're gonna have your father in your corner. You're gonna be in your backyard with the benefit of the contract in your favor. No telling what's gonna happen in the next couple of days. No telling what's gonna happen in the fight. This might be one of the best belt heists in boxing, or it can be the absolute worst. Kambosos has the benefit of the contract, which the rematch benefits him. Devin Haney is absolutely opposite. He loses the first fight, he gone. Devin Haney, you win these belts. I hope y'all goddamn get the fuck out of Dodge, do a photo op from hell, take pictures with all the belts and vacate all of them and move out of the division. Fuck it. What they gonna say? You didn't earn it? Yeah, you earned it. You went over there to Australia, you got the motherfucker done. Now, it will be legendary if you were able to get through this second fight, but then you allowing him to come back. You allowing Kambosos to come back without the benefit of you increasing your earnings for that challenge. Now you're the champion, but yet your purse doesn't increase to reward you for that, for what you did. That's my only concern. Like, that's where it goes all downhill. Like, you stepping up to the plate, you going in there to contend for all the crown jewels. You get it done, but yet you have to go into a rematch where the numbers doesn't change really. That's tough. That's when it becomes tough, especially you winning the belts first. You doing the first ever in boxing history. You can call the 4-belt era, the franchise era, regardless. You're going to be the first one to ever do it, like I said before. You're going to become the fourth franchise champion in the lightweight division. But yet, being the fourth franchise champion, you will be the first ever in the sport of boxing in the division to be able to earn the titles from the franchise. That's if you are going for the franchise. I don't know if you still have to petition for the franchise. I really don't pay that close attention to it. But if by chance y'all petition for everything on the plate, everything on the table, you know what I'm saying? When you win, you just snatch the whole tablecloth out slowly. You don't want to snatch it out too fast because you leave shit on the table. You want to move that motherfucker off slowly, until the very end. You snatch that motherfucker and the dishes go flying everywhere. Win the fucking titles and then goddamn say, you know what? We're moving at the 140. Fuck it. Y'all have fun down here picking up those titles. It doesn't change the fact that he's the undisputed champion at lightweight. It doesn't change the fact that he'll go up to 140 with that momentum from winning the titles. Who gives a fuck if the public said, look, this is our public, right? The public can say, oh, you ran from Kambosos. And, you know, Devin, that's when he should get out of the car and say, fuck you. I went over there to Australia in the backyard. I picked up all the fucking titles. It never been done before. If I chose to abort them and move up and own my career, cool. Because the goddamn contract was not in my favor. So you want to come up here and then y'all the same ones out here that's saying the contract is all fucked up. But yet you want me to take a bath in that motherfucker and go back over there to Australia. You know what I'm saying? You want me to bathe in the misery. I'm not getting a pay increase to step back in there with the titles. Cam trying to tell his life story and John saying like, bro, shut the fuck up. I know, right? He was like, oh my God, stop it. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, Andrew. It's like being in the military, right? And you know, you left, you went on deployment, and you've been over there for like 8 months. I'm saying you've been over there for 8 months. You come home after serving that year, and you find out your girl pregnant. Say, oh, you pregnant? Yeah, it's yours. How many months are you pregnant? 4. Oh, you 4 months pregnant? Oh, but it's yours though. That's when you say, stop it, stop it. Where your shit at? Hey, what we need to do, we need to find a computer and you need to get the fuck away from me. That's just like somebody try to tell you, yeah, I'm 4 months pregnant. I've been on deployment for goddamn a year. I'm 4 months pregnant, but it's yours. It just took a while for everything to start, I mean, to gain weight and stuff. But you said you're 4 months pregnant though.
In his head, I've been in his head since the day this fight was signed, and I'm just looking forward to showing this kid a lesson.
You've said before that
Nobody believes you.
this is an act, that George should be himself. You don't believe this?
No, he's acting. Look at him.
I'm an actor.
You are.
I'm an actor.
I know you are.
Yeah,
I know you are. Tell the world. Tell the world about it.
I'd rather
Tell
be
the
an
world
actor than
about
a
it.
rat.
Okay.
The lowest of the low.
Why this fight now? You could have
Legacy.
taken anybody.
I could afford anybody. I could afford you if I wanted to.
Not
If
here.
you can make the weight.
That'd be a
I
mismatch.
could
It
afford
wouldn't be
anybody.
here.
But you
It
know
wouldn't
what?
be here.
I chose.
Once again, the highlight moment. You remember when Kambosos was trying to sit up here and act like he could have fought the garbage man? Devin, they sitting in the motherfucking stadium. And he comes back with the same rehearsed information. Checkbox. Devin say, not here. You talking about you could have fought him not in this motherfucker right here, not where we at right now. You couldn't have fought him because nobody knows him. First of all, nobody knows him. He's not on the level of you and I. So you couldn't have followed him. I think that was another plus, man. That was another moment highlighted by Devin having a damn good educated retort, bro. Sharp. You won't fight that motherfucker here? Mitch say, anyone notice how they highlight Bill 30-year-old drug case? But the reason for Ben Davison refusal has been kept low key. Very, very low key. I'm talking about crawling up under an ant's belly low key. You haven't even freaking heard anything about Ben on the reason why he was prohibited from going into the country. What did he do? We're curious. What do anybody know in the chat what Ben Davison did? I want to know. What did he do? Is it an assault case? Is it a domestic case? Domestic violence? What was it? Stealing? We want to know, man. What did Ben Davison do that he wasn't allowed in Australia? What is it, man? Because we already know what Bill's been on record as saying this shit. But we want to know what you did, Ben. If you're around since you you're not in Australia, Ben, pull up to the live chat. Just drop in. I'll give you the link. I just want to know what you did, bro. Just me and the listeners, we're curious.
I picked him.
It wouldn't be here.
Because I want to get rid of this fake piece that he has. It's half a piece. You never won that belt in the ring. You never won it in the ring. Never earned it. The guys you beat over the hill, small little guys. So I'm looking
clean up all that one time.
I'm looking forward to
All
having
that one
business on
time. I'll
Sunday.
clean up.
Legacy. That's what it's about. Fight the best, beat the best, and that's it.
Tell me about legacy. George mentions legacy. What does legacy mean to you?
This right here, this is for legacy. This is for everything. This is legacy for both of us. This is history. No matter what, this is history. The best fighting the best for everything. The first lightweight undisputed champion of the 4-belt era. This is legacy. This is history right here.
The job in the boxing ring is taking somebody out of their comfort zone. How do you do that on Sunday?
You'll see. You'll see.
He's got no plan, trust me. No plan. His team are all over the shop. Trust me, no plan. You know what, when it gets tough, I hope they care for you. Not just here for a paycheck, I hope you care for him. If Dad's not here,
Stop the acting.
I hope
Stop
you
the
care for him.
acting.
Yeah, like Lopez was acting.
Stop the
He was acting a lot.
Stop
and I
acting.
battered him for 12
No, you were
rounds.
acting.
Sent that kid
You
to
were
the hospital
acting.
for 5 days.
You were acting.
Proving people wrong. Are you trying to prove anybody wrong? What are you trying to achieve here on Sunday?
I'm just trying to achieve my goal to become undisputed champion. I don't have to prove nothing to him, to nobody else. I want my hand raised when it's all said and done and walk away with the belts. That's all. That's the only thing I got to prove to anybody is that I'm undisputed champion, and that's all that matters.
It's been 5 years since you fought in Australia. Last time was in Melbourne all those years ago. What does it mean to come back here and have the Greek community behind you, all of Australian sports fans? You've become a big name in a hurry. Are you still trying to prove something yourself?
That chip on that shoulder is more than ever. That's why I've chased the biggest fights, the best fights, legacy. Yes, the name has grown, but the hunger, the obsession of the sport, the passion that I have has gone so many.
Here we go. Another glorified speech from an unsavory character, a malefactor. You know what I'm saying? A blackguard. That's what Kambosos is. He say he's chasing the best. I'm like, dude, all T.O. had to do was accept to face Devin Haney. That's all he would have had to do. You know what I'm saying? He just would have had to say, you know, I'm Devin Haney, and then you history. You probably would have never got a shot, bro. You probably would have been such a different person if T.O. went over there, fought Devin Haney, and I just totally excluded you from any notoriety. You wouldn't have known how to recover from that. You wouldn't have no idea, bro. But I'm the IBF mandatory, please. I'm the IBF mandatory. Am I? Daddy, tell me I'm the IBF mandatory. Yes, son, you are the IBF mandatory. And by the way, stop yelling in my ear. God damn. Stop being a motherfucking baby. There's other people to fight out there, but right now he didn't choose you. He chose Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, and you have to wait. Stop crying about the shit. Now go out there in the outback and, you know, find some little joys to play with, okay?
More levels. Been in the trenches, put in the work, brought the right people in. We are ready for whatever it takes. It means the world to come back here, though. Stones unturned.
Devin, different situations, a bit different to Las Vegas at this time of year here in Melbourne. How's it been so far?
I mean, we've made this our home. We adjusted. We came out here a couple weeks early, so we had time to, you know, figure out our schedule, and we're ready to go. I've been getting sparring in, everything, training. I'm ready to go. Sunday, I will be undisputed. Of course, I mean that was the ultimate goal, is to fight at the top level and to fight for undisputed, to become undisputed. It's been a dream of mine since I was a young kid, and now it's finally here. And after this, sky is the limit.
Devin, when was the last time you really had to dig deep in a fight?
I make these fights look easy. I make these guys look ordinary, and I win so comfortably that, you know, I handicap them of their best attributes. So that's why it looks so easy, or it looks like I'm not having to dig deep, because I'm handicapping them of their best attributes. And that's what I'll do on Sunday. He does good things. I take that nothing away from him. He's a good fighter. He got to this level for a reason. But we've done our studying, and we know what he does bad and what he does good, when he's going to do it, and why he's going to do it. Things that happens that he doesn't even know, we know.
He said when he's going to do it and why he's going to do it. Once again, he said when he's going to do it and why he's going to do it, y'all. When he's going to do it and why he's going to do it. And then I must highlight, you know, one other moment where he pretty much say we've made Melbourne our home. You know what I'm saying? We've been over here a couple of weeks. Sparring is going well. Once again, he's highlighting, you know, to the Australian fans that, hey, you know, it's nothing but good pleasantries here. You know, we having a great time, man. This is a different country, but we over here, we getting things done. We getting acclimated, and we ready to step through those ropes and set history. You know what I'm saying? That's what we here. We want to set the history, and then whatever else happened from there, I can't tell you, because I'm not the one who signed the contract. But I like the way that, you know, the responses was delivered. I like it. It was absolutely on point. It didn't seem rehearsed. And of course, you know, to open this all up, when he came firing off the same shit, well, guess what? He came up there with Jeff Horn, was a legitimate response. and an active response. This is something that's actively out right now with Jeff Horn saying that, yeah, George Kambosos was helping Manny Pacquiao spar. Like, that is a snake. Yo, you must have a sore belly just dragging that shit around on the goddamn concrete like that. Now, that is a snake. You're not even in the same weight class as Jeff Horn. But yeah, you was trying to help Manny Pacquiao spar for Jeff Horn, who was competing at 147. You was really trying to do that shit, or maybe you was just enamored, over the hill. I mean, over the moon, that you had the opportunity to step in there with an 8th division champion like Manny Pacquiao. Maybe you was just over there mesmerized. Who knows? But still, you went against your countryman Jeff Horn to assist Manny Pacquiao. I know you was over there pulling your hair out, scratching your face up and shit. They had to put a helmet on your ass so you wouldn't self-destruct when Jeff Horn won the motherfucking title. I know you was hella upset.
We know.
Again, styles make fights. Can you fight from the outside? Do you have to fight from the inside? Do you have to make this a dog fight?
I can fight anyway, like I've shown in all my fights, especially in the Lopez fight. Whatever way, victory by any means, I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the table, whatever game plans they have, no problem. We've seen it all. We've been in every style, and we can't wait. I just got to show the world who ferocious Kambosos is.
There's a lot of self-belief on this side over here.
He's acting. It's rehearsed.
Yeah,
He went over these lines. He went over these lines over and over. Go on his phone in his notes. He got all these lines written already.
Yeah.
I want to hear that shit.
And I'm going to end it right there. Devin said, nobody want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? You have all these lines rehearsed, man. You look in his phone. He probably have them shits typed up and they in his phone, man. Don't nobody hear that shit. I mean, don't nobody want to hear that. I mean, that's right. SB90 on deck with it. What's good, man? I definitely called Kambosos a scoundrel before. He is a scoundrel. You know what I'm saying? He is a scoundrel, bro. You know what I'm saying? He is a freaking scoundrel. Salute World Combat Sports. Yo, Devin looked confident. He was professional, honest. Yeah, man, he was honest. He said, yeah, I wanted him to win. He put it out there. He didn't retreat from the hard question. He embraced it. He went up there and gave you the answer that you wanted, and that was it. A lot of people sit up here. If he would have sat up there and start stuttering and say, what did you do? And change the subject like Kambosos did, then people would have been criticizing him like, you absolutely was a snitch. But anybody in their right frame of mind understands that this is not the case. This is a guy who I do feel the same way, that he did rehearse those insults over and over and over again in the mirror. Real talk. Over and over again in the mirror. And I believe he felt that if he send those jabs down range early, he can get underneath Devin's skin because his pops and Ben Davis is not there. He felt he'd be able to get it in skin because you remember when they had the presser when Bill was actually there, and he felt some type of way to make it seem like that he was being babysat. He's always underneath the wing of his pops. That was the whole thing. Look, this is the exact same thing I was telling you about Kambosos. He's a motherfucking scoundrel, dog. So what does a scoundrel do? A scoundrel want to act and pretend that they want everything. They can step up to the big challenge. And then they go out here and prevent his pops from even entering the country. And whatever Ben Davison did, prevent him from entering the country. That's being a coward. I mean, cowards and scoundrels together, man. Come on, man. That's a mischievous individual. A coward and a scoundrel? That is a malefactor, bro. Real talk. That's a malicious individual. I don't think wholeheartedly that Kambosos has 1,000% confidence that he's gonna go in there and attempt to walk through Devin Haney only because he may feel like he shouldn't be worried about his punching power. But as we all know, we can't sit up here and act like Devin hasn't been labeled as a technically skilled, disciplined boxer. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him go in there and box. He's a better boxer than Kambosos. Kambosos thinks that he's going to get the Teofimo treatment coming out the gate. Nah. That'll be stupid. Get his ass frustrated. Goddamn, put that glove on him. Force feed him that glove. Get him used to the taste of that glove, popping the jab out there. He's going to get frustrated because the way I see Kambosos with his overblown ego, he's going to try to go out there and get the knockout. We all know Kambosos can be dropped later on in the fight. We all know he can lose it. But it's a difference between Teofimo Lopez and the way Devin Haney is going to go out here and handle the fight. I can say this with all confidence. I know he's not going to go out there and try to blast through Kambosos in the first round. I don't even think Kambosos will come up here and use that same type of intensity. I'll be hard pressed to see him come out the gate like Teo and try to bum rush, Devin Haney and try to say, I'm not worried about anything else. He can't hurt me. And he tried to go out there and utilize Teofimo Lopez's same offensive strategy in the first round. I don't think he has the cojones to do it. I don't think he has the cojones to do it, man. You got to have some balls to do that. To make that commitment, to go out there and put it all on the line, throw the kitchen sink, everything at that at your opponent in the first round. He better off just pretending like he's gonna do it, but yet go out there like Rolly Romero. He talked about first round, but he had no intentions of knocking nobody out in the first round. He knew that was impossible for him to do against somebody like Tank. So that's why it didn't happen. J Ocho on deck was good. I haven't been the biggest fan of Haney over the years. But if he gets this W, I give him all the respect he deserves. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people. When you cut it down the middle and you try to be neutral doesn't sit right with a lot of people. I was that guy. I was neutral. I look at it like this though. I'm absolutely, pulling for Devin to get the belts. You know what I'm saying? There was never no hate. I told the way I saw his resume and everything else. But at this moment right here, I'm looking forward to him going over there, achieving something, achieving a moment which he's been wishing for. He's been putting in all the years in boxing. I want to go in there and win those titles. It'd be great. He'd be the first to do it. It'd be great. He would go in the community of fighters, which is very, very small, especially in the lighter divisions. Josh Taylor just entered that. You know what I'm saying? Devin to be the first in two different situations. In the 4-belt and the franchise. He'd be the first. It won't be no doubt. And that's another thing about the scoundrel. The scoundrel said he was going to leave no doubt. So leaving no doubt saying you was going to go over there and fight Devin Haney, which you didn't have no intention. You wanted to fight Lomachenko. You didn't give a fuck about that belt because you felt he picked it up via email and you didn't care about the coveted status that it has in all the other collective divisions in boxing. You just didn't want to fight Devin Haney, period. You know what it is, Kambosos. You weren't planning on fighting him. You were just talking that talk. You had that Rolly syndrome. Thanks for the new word, blackguard. You sure that's the way to spell it? Damn. I ain't know. I didn't even know I presented a new word, dog. You sure that's the way to spell it? I'm gonna give you the correct spelling, big dog. And this is no offense. I just want you to understand. It's black guard, pronounced blackguard. All right, BLACKGUARD, blackguard. Just letting you know, I'm not speaking down on you, anything like that. But most of the you know, most of the time I drop words out there like that, I know the spelling to it too, man. I'm gonna give you some other. I'm gonna give you some other game too. Now I'm gonna give you some other game too. The word for which you use and how it's spelled is somewhat in a similar definition as blackguard. Blackguard. I wasn't mentioning BLAGGAR, which that mean a contemptuous person also, but blackguard is a scoundrel. The definition: a man who behaves in dishonorable, contemptible way. That's the same as blackguard and blackguard. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Anyway, this is not in English, but I got you. You know what I'm saying? Devin's gonna be talking to his soul while hitting and not getting hit. I want him to frustrate the shit out of Kambosos, man. You know what I'm saying? When he load up on that right hand, because I'm gonna tell you like they do, like Castano was trying to do. Who else? I can't say Angelo Leo. I can say Brandon Figueroa though. He was trying to knock out Cool Boy Steph, test his chin. What was the other one? Oh, Oscar Valdez. He was trying to test the chin of freaking Shakur Stevenson. And then now I can't believe I just lost that shit. Roller Romero was trying to cancel Javante out when he had the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got a little taste of it. Javante let him put, here go a little hors d'oeuvre. Javante gave him an hors d'oeuvre, y'all. I like that. Let me try to get closer so I can get more of that. And he came in with that double right hand. Pop, pop, dang. Pop, pop, bang. That's all he heard. Bang. Bang. One. No, it wasn't no count. Referee say, you good? You good? Walk over there to your left. Oh, you done, Shawty. You done. No, that was Rolly Romero. Daddy, he's not the fight, Daddy. Come on, let's go back to the locker room, Daddy. That was the worst. That was the worst for Rolly, dog. The memes that are going around with Rolly is well deserved. Yes, well deserved. But man, I want to give a shout out to Team Haney. Go get the belts, man. We definitely rooting for you to come out from the Outback. You know what I'm saying? With those titles, make history. Take as many photos as possible. Perform the best you ever performed inside those ropes. This is what y'all work for. This is what it's been all about. You're in a tough ass sport, man. There's not regulated, and it's a lot of dirt and grime and filth that is persistent in this sport. And we just hoping that y'all go over there, man, and be able to overcome all that shit. Because there's some obstacles that's await. There's some obstacles that await y'all over there stepping into their ring. I'm not the one to sit up here and start talking about the dark side of what could potentially happen in there. But we hope that the referee isn't blatantly showing favoritism. We hope that. We are hoping that there's not a robbery when you clearly outbox. You know what I'm saying? George Kambosos. We hope there's not a robbery just because you don't have a rematch clause. We just hope it's so one-sided that, his people have to look at it and say, oh my God, man. Hey, Bob, how you doing? I don't know if we're gonna do this rematch or not, man. I just don't see Kambosos, in performing any better than this. It's just like I don't know. We can go back to the gym and teach in that short period of time. What about Lomachenko? Is there any way we can just like get on to Lomachenko, bypass the rematch, get this shit kicking? What do you say? Just get back with me, Bob. Okay, just get back with me. Think about it a little bit. Get back with me, but yeah, I really want this fight to be one-sided, man. I want Devin Haney to go in there and box the ears off Kambosos. I want Kambosos to be so frustrated that he actually go out there and set up a damn shelter half or a tent and sleep with the motherfucking all them damn critters they got out there and shit. Put himself on punishment. Kambosos, please come home to your family. No, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. The way I looked at it, I don't deserve it. I talked all that talk. I don't deserve it. I got my ass beat. And Jeff Horn, I apologize. I apologize to you. I was been a scoundrel. Supreme Beast Boxing talking the building. What's good with it, bro? How you feel? Thanks for pulling up, big dog. Salute WCS. What's shaking, homie? Ain't that shaking, man? Just giving Devin his shout out, man, before he go over here and get this smoke. Put this smoke in and burn the place down over there in Australia. You feel me? Get those crowns and bring them back. Brag the shit out of it to whatever they decide to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the contract is like, but they win them titles. I'm saying, man, vacate the motherfucking belts and get the hell on. Don't even afford him the opportunity to replan, because look, this is what's gonna be fucked up. What I believe, I think Devin wins the titles and everything for the rematch. They're gonna let Bill Haney and Ben Davison in. Watch what I tell you. All of a sudden, the rematch is gonna build up even more excitement because all of a sudden, oh shit, Bill is able to go to Australia now. Ben Davis, they could have went to Australia this time. But all of a sudden, the scoundrel himself, he wanted to goddamn make it so difficult to extract prominent role players on his team out of the equation. That's what cowards do, man. They ain't confident. They want to find a way to minimize the playing field, bro. That's exactly what this coward did. If Haney's on his A game, this fight should look like Shakur versus Oscar. See, there you go. There you go. Devin about to lay a demon on that boy. Yeah, man. A demo. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't mind a demon coming out of that motherfucker too. I wouldn't mind seeing some demons dance around there and slap the fuck out of Kambosos. I wouldn't mind a goddamn full-blown kangaroo hopping in that bitch and somebody done sent that mug on a hit mission. Him right there. Yeah, the light-skinned one. Get him. Send a motherfucking kangaroo in that motherfucker that's high off gunpowder and shit. Yeah, that's the picture I showed you right there. The scoundrel. Kick his ass. Send a motherfucking kangaroo on a goddamn hit mission, boy. That's exactly what needs to happen to this dude. He's been a clown since day one. He's been a clown since day one, bro. Absolutely. But man, hey, y'all go there and do what you got to do, Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? You continue to play the clown role, Kambosos, and get that smoke come Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Devin Haney. You handle yourself well, man. I ain't trying to, goddamn speak to you like a proud father. I'm just telling you, man, when one man to another, they thought that shit was gonna be easy to say those derogatory shit, get you in your feelings and everything, have you act out impulsively, become irate and shit, and start dropping vulgarities and shit that they can run to the media with. Oh, Kambosos, he's already won. He's in the head. He's living rent free. You know that same shit we deal with, right? Man, you handle yourself great, man. I give you an A+ on the oppressor where your father wasn't even on deck. Bill wasn't even on deck. and you handle that shit calmly, carefree, and on to the motherfucking fight, dog. On to the fight. He only dropped one obscenity from what I understand. He said, "Don't nobody believe that shit," and that was near the end of the damn presser. It didn't fucking matter on the face off, dog. It didn't matter if he said. They said, "Man, nobody believing that shit." Now, if he would have stood up and goddamn stamp on his feet and said, "Don't nobody believe that shit. Shut the fuck up," then that would have been different. Devin Haney explodes. He loses it. Kambosos smile and walks away in the shadows. Man, get the fuck out of here. Stump that dude, man. And my last topic, bro. Man, y'all in the building, hit the like button, man. I know it's been more than 9 people in here. I know it's been more than 9 people. For real talk, you know. When I tell you I don't care about explaining the grown as adults to just hit the like button, it's up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all if y'all want to hit the like button or not. It's up to y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up though. I appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the channel as always, man. I have to address something. I'm gonna move on to one more topic before I bounce up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to address one topic about the Gervonta Davis situation. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about Danny Garcia fighting Jose Benavidez, right? Next. And this is gonna be Danny Garcia's first fight at 154. You remember last time, I believe Jose Benavidez, he contended at 160. So this is going to be Danny Garcia's fight at 154 against Jose Benavidez. So, that's curiosity. You know what I'm saying? That's curiosity. Real talk. Before I get Joshua versus Usyk 2 is going to be in a Superdome in Saudi Arabia. I swear to God, Anthony Joshua, boy, if for him to be this super duper cash cow selling out Wembley Stadium, which I told people that was a lie, man, he stay in Saudi Arabia. I swear to God, man. I swear to God, that shit. Like, damn, they going right back over to Saudi again. But Gervonta Davis, right? Shout out to the tank. Because there's a lot of people calling you out right now, man. And I'm pretty sure we may be able to get one of those fights in the near future. It depends on how everything goes, because he is contending to 135. But peep this out. The man showed up to the arena in a tactical vehicle. From my understanding, it was bulletproof and it was a high-end tactical vehicle. What I like about that is someone gave them great intel about Brooklyn may be on fire. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn may be up to some shit. People been shooting up vehicles and all this other stuff. Gervonta arrived in the arena in a weaponized, protected vehicle to the Barclays. Not only that, with that tactical vehicle, he removed the armor and went in there, got dressed, went to the line of departure, crossed over into the battlefield, and put on a show. Now, look, I told y'all I only gave Rolly like round 2 and 3. I just felt like Gervonta did what he said he was going to do. He was going to fill him out, and then he was going to, slowly break him down. I felt in the 4th and 5th round, that's exactly what he was doing. He was starting to get more active and, really touch Roller Romero and, put his combinations together, pick and choose, but get a little bit more active each and every time. So when the 6th round came, 30 seconds remaining, no one told Roller Romero to leap in there with his power shots once again. No one told Rolly Romero, who's been in sparring, doghouse rules, to come in there and think that he was going to just bully somebody and the ref was going to allow it to happen. Rolly wasn't even the B-side. He wasn't even the B-side, bro. Rolly was the F side. That's what Rolly was. Rolly was the F side. Rolly's, intentions was good, but obviously his mindset was that, damn, you know what? It's good to pop those mitts, but the mitts don't hit back. You know what I'm saying? It's good to go in there and talk your shit and call men a bitch and all this other shit, knowing you have to step in the ring with him. I tell people all the time, Rolly, in my opinion, he believed all the shit he was saying. Rolly thought for sure that he could knock out anybody. His coach said Rolly would outbox 90% of the boxers. I have no idea on this planet what humans are they looking at. Box. Now, if he would have said judo, okay, I would say, all right. And even with judo, that ain't true because he never made it to the Olympic level. But when you're talking about competing in judo amongst boxers, all right, cool. We could have got that ratio verified. We could have put the blue check up there, right? But you're talking about boxing. We ain't talking about sparring. We talking about boxing. We ain't talking about hitting the mitts with Coach Bullet. We talking about boxing. When you in the ring competing and you are rated up there with some of the best boxers in your weight class, we talking about boxing. Not making a video and switching your head left and right like RoboCop having a glitch. RoboCop having a glitch in his uniform. Now we ain't talking about that. Rolly Romero, bro. The memes that you're seeing out here on social media. I mean, what were you expecting when you was calling a man a bitch? What were you expecting? And then to get knocked out the way you did, not only get knocked out, right? But you got up. This is the guy who claimed that he was the hardest hitter in boxing. He was going to knock him out in the first round. And he never had any intentions of going out there and fulfill that shit. He was just talking. For you to get cracked the way you did, get up, being the bigger fighter. And Rolly was looking Rolly was looking like a welterweight. Rolly was looking big as shit in there. He probably was high 40s. You know what I'm saying? On fight night. Rolly was big, man. You're the bigger, stronger fighter in there. Going against a fighter that's 5'5", that somehow has the alias Tank, and you let him hit you like that, Rolly, and you didn't do shit about it. Like you let Tank place his glove on your face and violate you like that, and you couldn't do shit about it. You couldn't even square your mental telepathy. You couldn't redial it, recalibrate it at the time. Say, okay, ref, I'm good. Okay, walk to the left. See, I'm good. All right, cool. Fight. Listen, if the referee would allow that fight to continue, Rolly, you might have became wheelchair bound. You might have been bound into a wheelchair. Real talk. This is all seriousness. If the referee would have let that fight happen, and Tank being the killer that he is, you might have been in a wheelchair. Not only that, you might have lost your life. You was hurt so bad, bro, that Javante is saying he didn't even freaking put 100% on that punch. You pretty much helped him. He used your aggressiveness towards you. And we know what happened when that shit meet in the middle. That clash is just like, ooh, it's brutal. When you get timing down like that, when you have a fighter that's basically over aggressive, and you use their momentum against you with the timing of your punch, oh, it's brutal. And that's what we're seeing with you, Rolly. If the referee would have allowed that fight to continue, he would have been a witness to another fighter potentially losing their life, losing their career, or possibly being wheelchair bound. Because you was fucked up. I'm surprised you was able to split the ropes and leave the arena the way you did. But one compliment I got to give Rolly Romero, right? Okay, he didn't want to speak after the fight in the ring, and he didn't want to speak back when Jim Gray hurried up and went in his dressing room. Rolly didn't want to speak. All right, but yet you flop your ass into the damn post-fight presser, and you say I was dominating the whole fight, all 6 rounds, with a bucket of chicken. I was dominating the fight. Give me some hash browns and a baked potato. He come up here in the post fight and talking about you was dominating all 6 rounds. And at 37 seconds remaining in the 6, you're getting off the canvas, man. You're getting off the canvas and you're hurt extremely bad. And you say, I was beating his ass for I won every round. I was beating his ass. I exposed him. PBC threw on Jose Jr. a bone because his little bit brother, Danny, would beat him, though. Danny ain't beating no Jose Benavidez, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now, Mitch. And no, I'm not betting you either. No, I ain't betting you, dog. Rolly just wants to sell that fight to buy his dad a new truck. Now, Velocity. Now. That's where you're slowing down a little bit. Some wrong with the brake pads, dog. The velocity isn't the same. The money was the money. Him selling the fight, I don't know what the numbers are like, but like I said, Rolly wasn't the B side, C side, D side, E side. He was the F side. So all the money, I don't know how much he got paid, but that shit wasn't really something to talk about. But it might have been enough for him to, get his mom, that house he was talking about. Mitch say Bullet is a bum ass delusion, well below subpar trainer. Man, trainers have a tough position. Real talk, bro. Trainers can be released at any moment. Seriously. Trainers have a tough position to be in. They are train a fighter. They got to make sure that the fighter, go on the road with the fighter. They have to wait around for make sure the fighter is on weight. They have a lot of collateral responsibilities, man. But get back to Rolly though. I can't take the pressure off just yet. Rolly Romero, in the midst of because I heard there was a jungle in that motherfucking Barclays. I heard it was all out Mad Max mayhem. Real talk. I heard it was Mad Max mayhem up in there. It was almost, look, it was almost the same drama that we've seen play out with Chris Arreola and Andy Ruiz. That was Mexicans fighting in the stands. I heard it was multiple fights over there at the Barclays, man. People was throwing down like, man, they was getting busy. Like this wasn't WrestleMania, goddammit. Like there was all out Mad Max 5.0. You had fights breaking out everywhere in there. And then you had shots fired in the ring. I heard shots fired was out the ring. I heard shots. We actually seen shots being fired in the ring. Javante fired off that left hand. And Rolly, down goes Romero. Down goes Romero. Down goes Romero. I want a bucket of chicken. Man, that shit is hilarious. That lets me know how old I really am by looking at that Martin. Cause I remember looking at that show when it was active, dog. I remember him being knocked the fuck out. It was so hilarious. Roland Romero, man, that's you, bro. You gonna have to deal with that. When you call a man a bitch like that and you don't own up the putting that prediction out there, that manifesto that you had, and you don't even come close to giving us that Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos energy. You didn't even come out the gate like your boy. At least Tio had the cojones to come out the gate and say, you know what? I'm gonna try to knock this motherfucker out. You came out there and touch jab, touch jab, touch jab. Doing that Lomachenko shit. Just got them putting it. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Listen to bullying and be patient, Rolly. Patient. It'll come. Javante, get impatient. Javante, he ain't that patient. Don't worry about it. He'll come in. You crack him. Be patient. It never happened. Javante too smart for that shit. Too smart. And look, we need to start accrediting Javante for having a chin too. Like, he took some hard punches from Rolly, and he never was wobble. I seen him take some hard punches, in sparring with Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? He got a chin, bro. We got a chin. I can't go into what Stephen A said. I can't go into that because I have to save that for it deserves a separate live. I can't go into what Stephen A said about Javante being top 5. I'm not even sure if Stephen A actually looked or understood what the producers gave him notes of all the damn pound for pound rankings, so he can go over them and understand who's holding down the top 5 position. I don't know if Stephen A did that, but anyway, Roland Romero, you got crushed, bro. People need to stop talking about how small Tank is and understand that there's different size tanks in the military. But when they fire off that ammo, man, it's straight up destruction, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. When the temporary is gonna stop saying the tank is small, tank ain't fought nobody, tank ain't this. The man's on pay-per-view. The man is out here making a name for himself on pay-per-view, and he really ain't won and unified major titles like that. But yeah, he's a 3-weight champion. Don't blame it on Tank. Blame it on all the sanctioning bodies that's out here. Don't blame it on him because he's moving the way he's moving. The man is 27 years old and he's a 3-weight champion. And guess who's falling behind him? Shakur Stevenson. He's already a 2-weight champion. Get it how you live it. Get in where you fit in, bro. Heard they was yelling Treyway at the Barclays. Oh shit, dog. They was yelling Treyway, dog. Man, look. Through a credible source, I heard it was multiple fights in the Barclays, dog. And that's puzzling, right, a bit, because when I was there for the Deontay Wilder and Dominique Brazil, man, that shit was just straight up boxing. Like, the crowd was into the fight card. The shit was on point. Then I hear this motherfucker was Mad Max reboot. This shit was like the Hills Has Eyes, but with more goddamn extras in it. I heard they was going ballistic in there like I Am Legend, except instead of them dudes hiding in the dark, they was out there in the daylight. I heard it was crazy mayhem up in there. It was crazy, man. I heard it was mad. It was a madhouse up in the Barclays, dog. I'm just surprised that the fighters was able to make it up out of the ring with no problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that was everybody was safe and nobody got hurt. But man, I heard there was mayhem up in there, dog. Seriously. ESPN trying to sign Tank Davis. They got to come with the money, man. I hope Tank get the whatever he's trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Whatever dollars he's trying to get, I hope he gets it. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing but upstanding citizens that Tank fight. Yeah, right. For real. That's not what I heard. But yeah, man, shout out to Tank for giving us another highlight reel knockout. We appreciate the knockout, bro. You are that, that Tank Davis. I'm not putting him in the category of Mike Tyson. He's Tank Davis, bro. He's Tank Davis, just like Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney's Devin Haney, T.O.'s T.O. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Bud Crawford is Bud Crawford. Errol Spencer's who he is. Mel Charlo, everybody. Cool Boy Steph is who they are. You know what I'm saying? Man, continue to do what y'all do, man. Appreciate you pulling up and rocking out with your boy WCS Media. Until next time, man.